everyone, and welcome to today's General Hospital recap. As always, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our videos or recaps. Really good episode today, so let's start. So at Nina and Franco's, Nina and Franco are heading out to work, and Kiki makes a remark about Nina, and Franco sits down and talks with her, and kind of advises her to get a job because it'll give her a purpose, and she doesn't want to admit it, but he's right, and she does admit it to herself. At the hospital, Franco shows up for his psych evaluation, and it's the new psychiatrist, who I believe Andre Maddox, is that his name? It was a few days ago, and a lot has happened since then. So, it doesn't go too well, but I guess considering it's Franco, it goes relatively well. Franco, the whole situation where he left with Nina and the baby gets brought up, and Franco says he only went so he could, like, gently, talk Nina into giving the baby back and all that, which is kind of how it went. And the questions get, like, really, really personal, and I don't know. But at the end of the day, Obrecht barges in and asks the psychiatrist how Franco did, and he says, well, he didn't fail, but he didn't necessarily pass, and I want to see him again. And Obrecht's like, too bad, you only get to see him once because that's what the policy says. Franco, you're hired, and woo, he has his job back. At the METROCOURT, Lulu wants to hire Alexis to help her legally separate from Dante. Whew. Okay, sorry. I had to cry over Dante real fast. It's required in this house. So Alexis accepts and tells her to call her office for more, to set something up. And then Olivia comes over and tells Julian and Alexis that Leo said mama, and, like, I don't know, Alexis makes a comment and her and Julian, like, kind of scurry off and make a quick getaway. At Crimson, woo, this is so exciting. Maxie is back at Crimson and happy, and Lulu visits her. Lulu is kind of bad-talking Nina. I mean, that she has no experience, and, she doesn't really know what she's doing. But, of course, Nina walks in, but Nina is very sweet about it and invites her back anytime. Maxie made a full binder about Crimson's sales and circulation and, like, everything you could ever want to know about this magazine. And Nina is overwhelmed by it and asks Maxie, how they're going to save Crimson, and Maxie suggests a complete overhaul. And basically, Maxie is going to be running this magazine for all intents and purposes. And then Julian comes in and quashes Nina's ideas, and he suggests upping Crimson's online profile, and he doesn't want to do anything that's going to cost money. We know why. Back at the METROCOURT, I guess we never really left, but back at, like, the dinner part of it. What do you call it? Restaurant! Not a diner. I'm from New Jersey. So Lulu is having a soda at the bar, and Olivia comes up to talk to her, and she pushes that Dante will always be present in his children's lives, and Lulu's like, yeah, I know that, but I don't know what I want right now. Which, it's been like 2 days, so I don't know why everyone expects her to know what she wants. Like, give her at least a week to process all this. Like, she just found out her husband of years hadn't cheated on her with her cousin. Give her time. So Olivia suggests that she talk to Dante because she's kind of having both sides of the conversation, which is correct because, like, on one hand, she does want to forget this all happened, but then she, like, doesn't, and, like, of course, she's conflicted. It's called having emotions. So she calls Dante, but he doesn't have time to talk because he's on surveillance. We'll get to that in a second. And she makes something up about telling him he can have Rocco as long as he wants tomorrow. And then Lulu tells Alexis that she may not need her at all. And Alexis is like, oh, I'm happy to, this is the happiest I've been to lose a potential client. And then Alexis comes back and apologizes to Olivia for being rude before. And then Alexis asks Olivia and Leo over for Thanksgiving. And in the beginning, it sounded like she was just inviting Leo and that she didn't want, but she invited both of them. So that's classy. Stay classy. Dante, Valerie, surveillance time. This is going to be good. It's very bad. So Dante drops off Nathan to investigate CARLY'S case. And then Valerie comes up to the car because little did Dante know that is his newbie he's training. Oh, this is so bad. So she and Dante are on surveillance. It gets kind of awkward because the person they're surveilling has a husband and a boyfriend. And, I guess they can't judge. But Dante gets a call from a lawyer. Apparently, he's trying to find out if both parents need to authorize for an embryo implantation, because I guess what Lulu said to him before about doing it on her own is kind of worrying him. At Sunny's place, CARLY calls Sunny's bluff about ending their marriage, and Sunny says some really rude things to drive her away, basically. He is upset he showed weakness because enemies pounce when that happens. And Carly's like, I'm not your enemy. I'm your wife. Like, I'm not on the other side of this. I'm on your side. And I think that's what it finally got through to him. I think that finally got through to him because I guess she was talking his language. I don't know. I can't pretend to know what's going on in Sunny's head. But Carly, yeah, I just said she gets through to him. Moving on, Nathan shows up with information about the accident, and then all of a sudden, Sunny cares about Carly dying in a car accident because he's like, oh, he says something about Carly dying in a car accident. I'm like, oh, now you care. But then Nathan gets a call and he has to leave. Epiphany shows up. Why is Epiphany there? Oh, it's so exciting. She's Sunny's new physical therapist, which I absolutely love. And Epiphany's tough and awesome and like the perfect personality to like get Sunny through this, because yeah, Sunny's a tough cookie to crumble. That's not the saying. So Sunny answers the phone while she's working his muscles, and she takes the phone and throws it because she's like, no. We're working on this right now. This is not a time for phone calls. I love it. At Ava's, Paul wants Ava to use Morgan to find out information. She refuses. And then Paul goads her on about wanting to be a happy homemaker. And if he wasn't there, she would have thrown herself at Morgan, and she slaps him. And I'm like, okay, Ava, we're on the same side for like these 5 seconds that you slapped him. Carly shows up and confronts her about the ambush that she did on Sunny at the courtroom, and Carly warns her to get ready for the fight of her life. And as Carly's about to leave, she sees the stuff Morgan brought over, and now Carly really threatens Ava because she's not happy. Not happy at all. Ava is furious. Like, Ava furious, which is like really furious. Back at Franco and Nina's, Nathan shows up and wants to talk to Franco. Kiki tells him Franco's at General Hospital. Oh, Morgan already. Whatever. Morgan's there, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that before because this is weird. But Kiki admits to Morgan that she does want a job, and Morgan suggests maybe being a waitress at the METROCOURT because, first of all, like, Carly likes her, and second of all, it would make Ava really mad if Kiki worked with Carly, so yeah. And then Carly calls Morgan and tells her he needs him to meet her at the hospital. Lots of pronouns. And now, end scene. We're here, everybody. Ava's on a war path, and apparently Paul really likes that, and he like kisses her, and I'm like, what are you two doing? Like, define this relationship for me right now, because I do not understand it. Olivia says at the very least her and Leo can stop by because she doesn't know Dante and Rocco's plans for Thanksgiving, but she will make it over. Nina is having doubts about being able to run the magazine, which I think admitting is the first sign of, I don't know, but I feel like the fact that she can see that she's at a disadvantage here is going to help her, like, get through it. But anyway, Maxie talks her up, and Maxie's going to revamp Nina so that she embodies the magazine. And I'm actually kind of really excited about that. Valerie falls asleep on Dante's shoulder because you're a professional. Sorry. I got really mad right there. You're on a stakeout. You don't fall asleep on the person next to your shoulder because you have a job to do. But that's just me. Lulu sees them because my life isn't hard enough. And Epiphany leaves. She warns Sunny about overdoing it because he's like, nah, I'm in this now. And she's like, no, we're done for the day. But unfortunately, she leaves the weights behind, and now Sunny's like lifting the weights. And I'm like, Sunny, I've done physical therapy. No bueno. You do not want to overdo it, like, one bit. Because trust me, one day you have like a lot of exercises to do at physical therapy, and instead of only being there 10 minutes, you're there like 45 minutes because you have to walk back and forth with the weights on your ankles. Sorry, I had a flashback. Carly made Morgan an appointment with a psychiatrist, so she kind of got him to the hospital because I think she's worried that he wants to insert himself in Sunny's business and especially get close to Ava. And Nathan arrives at the hospital and arrests Franco right in front of Carly for Carly's hit and run. So that's fun. That's not going to be uncomfortable at all. So yeah, that'll be exciting. In any event, Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up because it would mean so much. We are, as of right now, 5 away from 900 subscribers. What? I can't. Like, I just did Time Hop or whatever. Like 3 years ago, we were breaking like 100, or we were close to breaking 100, and to be like close to 900 subscribers now, it means so much. Like, I can't even, I'm trying to pull it up so I can see if we're over 900 as of now. No, 895. But to be so close, it just means the world to me and Cassie. Thank you so much for subscribing. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Get us to 900 today, because I'm still not processing. But I will see you tomorrow for more General Hospital, and I hope you have a great day. Bye!